Buying the best smartphone was pretty easy back in the day. You buy the flagship device from LG, Samsung, or some other company, and you would have all the features, bells and whistles included. Well, seems like the dynamic has changed these days, and flagship devices are cutting more and more features away. There's the headphone jack that is severely lacking on most flagship devices, while the microSD card was also axed from the Samsung Galaxy S21 series, while it has been absent for a really long time on Apple devices. Well, seems like this trend of taking away features is not going to go away, and we even have the charger and earphones removed from flagship devices, which is, to be honest, quite disgusting because you are paying more but you are getting less. But there's a silver lining to all of this. While flagship smartphone buyers do not mind buying an extra charger or buying a Bluetooth headphone separately for their needs, but budget devices and the mid-range devices have intense competition, which leads to the fact that they need a lot of features. And Moto G100 that has recently leaked is probably going to be one of the best no compromise smartphones on the market this year. And by no compromise, I don't mean that it will have a quad HD display or 144 Hz crazy refresh rate or something like that, or some really unique feature like, I don't know, 100x zoom. No, what I mean is it covers all the basics that you need in a smartphone and then some more. So what's this about? Well, it seems like the Moto G100 will be a global variant of the Moto Edge S that launched in China in January. Talking about the specifications, this device will have a 90Hz IPS LCD panel which will have a size of 6.7 inches and an 84% screen to body ratio and a full HD plus resolution. Apart from that, this will run on Android 11. So you might have noticed that the display isn't as great as you would like, but still this is a decent panel, though I do miss the lack of AMOLED panel because we have even seen a 120Hz AMOLED panel on the likes of Redmi Note 10 Pro. Well, you can't have a smartphone without compromise these days. And as for the chipset, this will have a Qualcomm Snapdragon 870 system on chip, which is basically an overclocked version of Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 from last year. You will have internal storage of 128GB up to 256GB, and you will have RAM options of 6 and 8GB depending on the storage variant. You will also have fast UFS 3.1 storage, which is great to see, and on the back you'll have a rectangular module and will feature a quad rear camera setup. Well, basically 2 megapixel depth sensor would be kind of useless, but the main 64 megapixel camera and a 16 megapixel ultra wide lens would be quite useful. Apart from that, you will see dual selfie on the front, a 16 megapixel wide sensor while an 8 megapixel ultra wide sensor. This device will also have a 3.5mm headphone jack as well as Bluetooth 5.1, NFC and USB Type-C 2.0. It will have a side-mounted fingerprint scanner, which is kind of but expected because this was not an AMOLED panel. And for the battery section, you will see a 5000 mAh battery. And as for the price, this will have a price of around $300. So this would be a pretty nice device.